Hey everybody, it's Josie. Welcome back to Cedar Creek Homestead. Well, I'm back home, but just for a little while. We came home last night to get a good night rest. I won't say it wasn't without a lot of tears. Bless her heart, little Cheyenne. She was so upset. But, she needs to get a little bit of rest. She needs to recuperate as well in her body. And so little Howie, they were going to really let him get a good rest. And last night, she was going to get to hold him, and she was so excited. And so, he's been under those lights, and so he's just had his diaper on and little things over his eyes. So they swaddled him and handed him over to her, and she was going to get to feed him. Now, she's been getting to feed him and change him all along, but she was actually going to get to hold him. And she hadn't held him since she first delivered him, and Blade's not got to hold him at all. They can touch him and they can talk to him and that kind of stuff, but not holding him. So they swaddled him, and I got my camera out to take pictures, and they're really strict on the video, and so I probably won't be able to bring much of anything as far as video to you guys, but I can get pictures. So I got ready, and they handed him off to her, and she started to feed him, and it wasn't just a little bit, and maybe a minute or two at the most, that he began to struggle. And so he wasn't breathing, and he didn't have to have any kind of treatments or anything, but the nurse, she said that she felt like what the problem was that he couldn't tolerate the swaddle. So he had to go back to bed. Now, Cheyenne did get to feed him, and the nurse kind of gave her some directions on how to hold him a certain way, and to kind of where they could kind of watch his breathing and see when he was beginning to have a problem. And what it is that since he's born at 34 weeks, there's so many things going on, and he hasn't learned all of those things yet. And, there still needs to be some more development there, that he actually forgets to breathe. He gets so comfortable and so relaxed that he forgets that he also needs to breathe. So once it kind of kicks in that, oh yeah, I'm supposed to suck this bottle and breathe, his oxygen goes right back up to 100, but he struggles for just a little bit getting started. And so I felt really sorry for her. But so anyway, she got through the feeding, they got through the changing and all that kind of stuff, and the nurse put him over on his tummy, and that seemed to really work. And they did tell her that Cheyenne and Blade, that the little nasal cannula was just giving him room air, that's all. And but they thought that through the night they might possibly put him on CPAP, just to do those breaths that it would trigger him to say, oh yeah, I need to breathe. And so they told him that, so that if they had to do that in the night, they wouldn't be surprised when they got there this morning that they had done that. He's eating well. I think the last feeding that we were at last night, they're not out here with me, but I'm pretty sure it was 30 milliliters, which is roughly around, I'm bad about milliliters and all of that, but I'm thinking that that's around an ounce. So he's making some improvements, but the nurse said, with him having a full tummy, and being under the billy lights and being poked and prodded and all that, because he's just laying there, his little arms and legs are flailing. He did that all day yesterday, but he was just pooped, and so he just wanted to sleep. He does not like to be moved and messed around with. He holds his breath when you do it. And so I hope he changes on that when he comes home, because I know Cheyenne and Blade want to get a hold of him and love on him, and I know I want to get a hold of him and love on him, and I don't want him to hold his breath when we pick him up. So we're blessed, and we're thankful that he is doing fairly well. There's a lot of little ones there at that children's hospital. It's a great big place. And there's lots of rooms there. There's lots of babies and little children in those rooms. Lots of mamas and daddies and family members that, their prognosis Their report's not nearly as well as what Howie's is. You can see it on their faces when you're going down the halls, and you know, they have a little smile. And I saw several yesterday that had their little precious children in the wagon pulling them, and you could the love on their face towards their babies, but you could also see the concern. And pray for your children's hospitals, those you know, those little babies and those little children that are sick. But I saw happiness there yesterday too. It's very quiet on the floor that Howie's on, because, you know, they don't want to stimulate those babies, the preemie babies. And so it's quiet. There's no television, so that's probably a really good thing. But I did see them celebrate getting a family getting to take their baby home. They looked like pool noodles to me, and little paper pom-poms. And they were really excited, the nurses. They lined up down the hallways and they did their thing, and it was quiet. They celebrated, and they sent those parents and that little child home with happiness and with joy, but they had to be quiet. And I thought about those nurses. Those nurses see a lot of stuff. They see happy, just like the little child that got to go home yesterday. Now, I didn't see him, so I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but somebody got to go home yesterday. Some parents got to take their little one home and begin home life with them. And that was a joyful thing. But those nurses also see stories that aren't such good stories. And yet, to be able to celebrate and be thankful that someone's met a milestone. And I found something else out about myself yesterday, and those of you that are grannies and grandpas will probably laugh at me. And I know it's true. You know, when you have your children, it's a love like you've never experienced before. You know, when you first meet your spouse, it's a love like you never felt before. Then you have your children, and it's another love that you've never felt before. And it happened to me again yesterday when I went in and I saw baby Howie. There he was. Precious, precious, precious. And like I told you yesterday, the most beautiful baby in the world to me. But a switch was flipped. I can't explain it. Love, more love in this heart. You know, the Grinch's heart grew by so many sizes in one day. Well, mine did too, like the Grinch's heart. However, I don't feel like my heart was like the Grinch's heart. I feel like my heart is in better shape than his, my spiritual heart. But it grew, and that baby is precious. And God is good. He is good. And I am looking forward to lots of years of reading stories and chasing down a little booger and hollering at him to get out of my apple trees, and who knows what kind of adventures that we'll get into. But I'm excited about it. Before I go, because we're getting ready to head back up to the hospital. I know this is really quick, but I just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you guys because you've been so thoughtful. You have poured out your hearts, and you've done all kinds of things for the kids, and you've been so kind and so encouraging that I wanted to encourage you all. And I know this is not a Tuesday night talk, but I still wanted to come and encourage you a little bit to try to find a little bit of thankfulness today. Now, all kinds of challenges are going around this month. They start out every year, the 1st of November. Let's remember to be thankful. And I say, forget that challenge and be thankful all the time, not just in November, but all the time. Start out today and go forward, and never put Thanksgiving behind. I have a tray on my refrigerator, a metal tray, and it has the word thankful painted on it. And obviously it's a Thanksgiving tray, it's a fall tray, but I keep it up year round. And of course it's white enamel and it has the red, so it goes with my kitchen stuff, but still the sentiment, thankful. And I did that because I always want to be reminded every day of life, no matter what is going on, no matter if it's a day that was full of sorrow. And I've had some of those days this last year, and I know you guys have probably had days in your life that have been sorrowful days as well. But no matter what happens in life, I always want to remember to be thankful, that there's always something to be thankful for. You know, society keeps us clicking right along. You know, they just got through celebrating. I don't celebrate Halloween. I do celebrate fall, or at least I have fall stuff here. But you know, they go right from Thanksgiving, or right from Halloween, and they have a little section of Thanksgiving stuff at the stores, but they jump head first or feet first into Christmas. I have had family members all down through my growing up years. My mother loved Halloween. Now she also liked scary movies, and we've already talked about all that. She loved Halloween. She went all out decorating Halloween. You know, she done all them spider webs in the trees and all that gross stuff. She did all that. And then she's one of those, she jumped right into Christmas. And so as soon as Halloween was over, Christmas was up and started decorating and all that. And bypassed Thanksgiving. Well, I think that Thanksgiving is important because it reminds us to be thankful for everything that we have. Every breath that we have, we should be thankful for. Even if it's a rough breath. All the life that we have, even if we have hard times, even if we have sorrowful and grievous times like we all have had. This last year for me has been that, and I know that y'all have had that too. Even if we have that, the struggles are there. The paycheck to paycheck is there. Challenge yourself to find a thing to be thankful for. Okay, guys, so the kids have come out and told me that they're ready to go, so I got to wrap this up. Find something to be thankful for. Even if it's something little. If you got something on sale, if you, you know, you found a pretty flower. For you guys, if you caught a big fish, or maybe you found, I don't know, maybe you were able to bag that big buck, or if it's buck season. Anyway, find something to be thankful for, guys. And I promise you won't be disappointed. If you look hard enough, you'll find it. You know, we don't look very hard, and we're able to find the troubling stuff. So look a little bit and find those things to be thankful for and to be joyful for. Until next time, guys, this is Josie. I love you guys. I really do. Thank you for everything that you've done for me and my family. And now I'm going to go be me ma. Till next time, we're gone.